very good afternoon. You're welcome to Rstv, channel 22 here in the Garden City of Port Harcourt. We are here again as we promised you in the morning for those of you who were actually with us here during the newspaper review. We told you we've been having some very interesting topic that we need to talk about. It's something I believe it's really of interest to everyone because no matter where you are, as long as you are in this part of the country actually, you must have seen one or two of these cases around you. And this afternoon, I will be here again, and I am here actually with my very beautiful colleagues, as we did in the morning. Here we have Beauty Victor Benjamin.
Hi, good to have you back.
And over there we have Ubeliji Tiara.
I'm glad you could join us again.
Yes, you are welcome once again. The topic actually that we have to share with you is one of the stories that made the newspaper dailies or the Daily Times newspaper, talking about parents buying Android phones for their sons to join the Yahoo business. I know, like I said earlier, it's something we all see around these days because back in those days or back in the years, we hardly see people around. We only hear about Yahoo business, and like we call them, we say Yahoo or Yahoo boys.
Yahoo Plus.
Yeah, no. As it started with the Yahoo boys, you know. So, and I've been asking, is it just only the guys that are into this Yahoo stuff? Because from what I'm seeing now, I'm meant to believe that even the girls or the ladies are equally involved in the Yahoo thing, as long as you know how to like go about the present.
Can press the phone.
Yes. So, right about now, we should be talking about this, and I would like to ask my colleagues here what they actually think about this, because it becomes a thing really of concern when parents, yes, when parents are now the ones indulging their children or their words into this kind of business, as we call it, yes. Because to some it puts food on their table and they feel that's their own source of income. Have you actually like seen this people, these guys around? Because back they only hear about Yahoo business or
They're
people.
everywhere now. They're everywhere. They have a particular way of dressing. And I know the thing that bothers me a lot is that these parents now, they'll tell you the country is hard. There's hardship. The economy is hard. And so because it's hard, you now find a means of softening the economy by buying an Android phone for your son or daughter to go and make the money.
From who?
From them.
Please, you can tell us. You've been
From them.
From somebody who is not in the country. Because
Even
really-
within
is it
the
really-
country, they do the
Because most
Are you
times,
sure it's just outside?
most
No.
times
Shores of
it's,
Nigeria.
no, it's not. That's not what I'm saying. But most times it's common to do that with foreigners.
Okay.
before.
It's very common.
That's when
But
it
now
was
we
the
are
Yahoo
bringing it home. We want
boys
to plant
style.
ours. This is not what it's supposed
It's
to
now
be.
Yahoo Plus. Yahoo
This
Plus.
is not what it's supposed to be. Every parent who is responsible should not be indulging their children. I keep repeating myself, do what I do, say what I, it's not say what I ask you to.
You do what I say and
Do
do
as
what
I do. Say as I say.
At a point, it's as if I'm beginning to confuse that. But then, it's not by what you're saying, the instructions you're giving.
By what
You're
you're doing.
supposed to
Live
also
it.
show by your actions.
Yeah.
You are supposed to lead by example.
Honestly.
I think if we are past that era where you tell a child, sit there, and the child just sits there and not ask you questions why.
Sure.
Children we are raising lately would ask you questions why you want them to
Why
sit
should I
there.
sit there?
What's the reason and how long you want them to sit actually?
But back then you didn't.
What's the
ask your
punishment?
parents.
Mommy, why are you punishing me now? How long do you want me to stay here? Okay, you're here for 15. Their timing is 15 minutes. Mommy, okay, it's time now. Are we not over with this? So why would parents be encouraging such habits in their children today?
I just answered.
What is it going to? What kind of future will? We keep complaining of our leaders every now and then. So if the parents of today are encouraging the Yahoo business, I don't know what we are looking at tomorrow. Last week we saw a very distasteful sight, and I was saying that tomorrow this person will come into the position of leadership. And I don't see how, if he did not start from home, I don't see how, if he did not start when the person was younger, that he begins to portray it. It's not very
you don't
easy.
give out what you don't have.
It's not very easy to change an adult. You can do that to a child.
Yeah.
An incident happened at home, and I was asking my mom, or I was telling my mom, you see why they say train up a child, not train up an adult. Something happened, and I was using that linking, the thing just flagged. I'm like, train up a child, just came into my head, and we laughed about it. But this is the truth. It starts from when they are young.
Catch them young.
It starts from when they are young. So if at secondary school, because most of the people you're talking about are not even done with secondary school. Most of the persons you're talking about in this young business are not even,
They're young.
they are not even done with secondary
school. Are
school.
done with secondary school, and you're not even talking about, you know, going
Going
to acquire,
further.
get the jam, register
No,
for
they're the ones
jam.
that say school is scam.
Yes, I could remember back then during our own era, you know, you don't even wait till you finish your secondary. I could remember I even had to write.
You're already
a GCE
writing
while I was in
even-
SS2,
yeah.
you know, just to like test run it. And fortunately, it went well, you know. So then you see this zeal, you know, in us. Everybody wants to like, okay, when are you acquiring your own jam? When are you going to write this exam?
Yeah.
Most persons don't even have such conversation. When I'm talking about the secondary school, most secondary school students, I know we still have those who really focus and know what, but majority now, once they are done with secondary school, it's like someone who's done with the tertiary institution. And what next? It's time to make money. You see secondary school boys, especially from government schools actually, or what, coming to school with very flashy cars and some very expensive possessions or, you know, items. And nobody cares. Then you now ask, this particular student actually left a home with parents in that home, even if they are not your biological parents. There are persons that, you know, they've been entrusted into your care, you know, like
They come
your
from
guardian and all that.
guardians,
So,
yeah.
and you have every right to question the child or the boy or girl, how did you get this? Because, you know, when we talk about this Yahoo thing, the only picture that comes to mind is the baby boys. The girls equally too, they have theirs. They might not be part of the pressing of a thing, but equally collect the money. Yeah, so they are equally involved in the whole situation.
No, talking about girls, I don't think that's purely what it is. Not about eating the money per se. I've seen, I think, okay, that's a movie, but it's more like showing us what really happens.
Okay.
When they talk about video calls, you hear their voice calls and all that. Video calls, they bring a female.
Okay.
The man is pressing the button, the woman is prompting like the person and trying
Yes.
to act, and they give you a script, this is what you're supposed to
Yeah.
say, and then
That's
if it
just
works out, fine. If it doesn't,
But if it
yourself.
works out, you equally have your own share. So in this
That's
case,
what it is.
or in this scenario
So it's
now,
more like a partnership.
of course, so the baby girls are equally involved in this. And you see very, all those small, I call them small boys actually, you know, you see them, most times they tend to leave home because for some whose parents are not really in support of this, they tend to leave home because they see their parents' constant questionings about these things as really a disturbance, you know, to that which they already determined they were going to go into. And you begin to like ask, those boys, they stay indoors from morning till evening. In fact, most times when you see them
At night.
like, no, they just come out, go to one of these eateries, get
Mostly in
food,
the evening.
come back, wear big, you know, hoodies, and they are dressing their outfits alone. And you begin to like wonder, what exactly is this boy doing to like afford you? Because they dress really expensive.
But we
They
shouldn't,
live the
we
lifestyle.
shouldn't
you know,
mistake
and
the fact that not everybody with that kind of appearance.
it's not,
Yes,
yes.
that's what I'm
It is
now-
true.
But then we should be very careful because the way you dress, they say it's the way you want to be. The way you are dressed is how you are dressed, right? So you are not into it, but you have friends who are into it. So you dress like them, you appear like
Now
them.
let's come
The
back.
day they will pick all of
Let's
them,
come
they'll
back
pack you
home.
as well.
Okay.
The conversation is parents who are buying the Android phones for their children. What's the future? Now you look at yourself. God made you a parent for a reason. You are supposed to stand as a parent, stand in the gap, provide for these children until they are at a certain age. Anyway, Nigeria, we know that adults, it's from, let's say if you're still 18 to No,
here,
a
you
youth.
still,
No, a youth from 18 to
you say
40 in Nigeria.
Yeah.
Well, globally it's 35, but here we say 40. In fact, 50. As long as you're still
Living
in
in
your
parents'
mother's
house.
kitchen,
And
you're
still
a
eating
youth.
mommy
Even
thank
at
you.
60, you're still a youth. Now, a parent, you're supposed to provide for these children, nurture them, groom them to become responsible adults that can take up responsibilities tomorrow and look after you. And then you now go and look for money, and you go to a shop. Now, I want to know, did these children come to ask, Mom, Dad, I need a phone to do Yahoo? Or you perceive that
That's what they used to doing it.
this Yahoo Plus, now they use Android, do I mean, man, buy Yahoo, man, buy, so you just
Both
go out
ways.
and buy a phone and then give your child, say, okay, go and do Yahoo. Or you just buy and say, your mates, they are working now, I beg, take this phone, go and look for work, go and find business, go and look for what you will do.
Press it the way you press.
Do you get?
And you
Price
make
this
money.
phone and bring that money. You see Mama Nkechi's son, see that boy is a good boy. Look at that boy now, he's riding a car, he has Peter. So, do you get me? Is that the role that God made you? Say, look, this is your role in this at this particular time, from this age to this age. We are talking about political party blaming this one, this government blaming that one.
It starts from home,
Now,
actually.
are the parents also going to blame the society or the government for the way to train their own children? You just said it here. You tell your mom, train up a child in the way. And if that child, that's a fact. No matter where that child goes to,
It's
at
hard.
a time you will just get struck and
It's
look.
hard.
Well, okay, let me bring to the prodigal son. We are told that he asked his father, Dad, give me my own thing. That's almost like wishing your dad to die. Now you took your inheritance, you went and lavished. He lavished it, and he turned to a wanderer. But there was a point where it dawned on him. He came to a point of realization. That training got to him and said, what am I doing? I'm a son of a king, for crying out loud. How should I be here? Do you know, it's the training he has gotten. He strayed, fine. But when that thing came back to him, he retraced himself and then came back and said, look, even if a higher servant, let me go back and become one.
How can that be? Well, then at least he had that mindset
To come
even
back.
return. Yeah.
So you that is going out to buy a phone for your son or your daughter, it's the same thing goes with the girls who are into the hookup deals.
Exactly.
You know, you are my daughter, you are 16, you are in secondary school, and you're carrying a phone that is worth $1 million, and your father,
They can barely provide for the family.
his salary is not up to 200,000. I am not in it up to 200. How do am I even kind of? And then you
How
come
did
back
you
home,
get
and I don't
to
ask
Very
you.
expensive.
Where did you get? You come back home, and I'm happy my child has gotten that.
When I talk
Yes, and be
about
happy.
miscreants, our parents are sponsors.
Yes.
Our parents are sponsors.
In one
Majority
way
of
or
the
the other, they
parents we have
contributed
today
to
are
this.
sponsoring these habits. It did not just happen. I keep
course.
saying it started
It's
gradually.
gradually.
You were turning a dark eye, like I'm not seeing
Maybe
it.
bring something
I'm
home that
not
is not
seeing
given
it.
to that
I'm not
child.
seeing it. You're acting like you're not seeing it. But then a day will come when you would also get to pay and bear the brunt of whatever.
Because you will pick all of your things and begin to sell them.
The funniest aspect is that the child will start from you.
Of course.
The child will start from you, irrespective of the fact you've been pampering him or her, and the child will start from you. And then you begin to realize that you've actually failed in your role. I do tell people it's not just about giving birth. Parenting is a very
There
big
is more
task.
to it than giving birth.
Parenting is a very big task for those who actually understand. Some persons feel, I just want to have a child, I want to have a child.
Then
It's
what?
not about having a child.
Then
Are you
what?
prepared for what comes with it? The task, the responsibilities that comes with having a child. But some just feel, well, let me still be counted among those that have children in the society. Because from what I'm seeing now, that's exactly what the picture is. I just want to be like, yes, I also have a child.
Just give
But-
birth to
but
the
you could
children.
agree with
You just
me
give
that-
birth to them and then
Yes.
go and fend for
You-
You
yourself.
could agree with
You
me that
don't-
there are people we call father and mother today who don't qualify.
Definitely.
A lot.
You are not even supposed
Well,
to
nature
be
just
there. You're not
blessed them
supposed
with
to
that
be
title.
responsible for somebody
Nature
else.
just blessed
But
them with that
because,
title.
okay, I birthed this child
Mhm.
and you think you qualify to be a
Yes.
mother. I doubt it. You're not.
Honestly.
What happens to you if you are going to take a loan to buy food? What happens to giving that money to go and learn a trade?
Invest in something good.
Go and learn a trade. Go and learn something that you could do for yourself. It's legit. How
What
many
happens
persons would
to-
outrightly support the, oh, okay, another neighbor is saying
you
this person's
scamming
child is
people.
doing Yahoo, and they will be proud to stand with you? Not so many people.
Do you know that
Not
POS,
so many people.
But you know
POS,
now, it's more like it's the order of the day now, because a lot of young boys or young people, let me use the word, young people have really ventured into this, and because some of them, I would say some, because
want
it
the
doesn't
soft
really
life.
work for everyone. Some of them, it's actually worked for them, and for those who really do not have that upbringing we're talking about, I've decided to join them because of this kind of thing. So most times they really get carried away by the material possessions, you know. The first thing, you just go buy a car, but that's just one
Is
thing
that
that comes
all
to
there
mind.
is to life?
You just go buy a
But
car,
that's what they want.
build
They
a
want to buy a
house,
car, they want to buy
furnish-
flashy phones,
I mean-
want to buy clothes, want to go to eat,
Why-
go
why-
to
why
bars,
do our
and
young
then
people
drink
like-
and
it's high
smoke.
time.
Why
Just
do our
lavish
young
money.
people like
Then
the
you
fast
see,
lane?
you
Why
see
would
them
we
with,
prefer
you know,
the fast
back in the
lane?
days, we rarely find young men who pairs up perforate their ear and wear earrings, you know. But now, and for some persons who we see with earrings, we usually see them or perceive them as a star, one celebrity. You know, and when you check well, you see, okay, he must be into the music entertainment, all those stuff, you know, or a footballer.
But
But
now,
now, every Tom, Dick, and Harry now have the two ears, not even one. Before, it used to be only one, yes.
with
It used
heavy
to be only
chains
one.
on their neck,
I start to be corrected,
with
yes.
heavy wristwatch, you see their wristwatch, you see they're
And
all
begin to ask,
blinking.
even
blink,
someone who
blink,
hasn't
blink.
crossed River State to any other place. I know what I'm talking about. You know, even someone who hasn't crossed River State to anywhere. You see them with just two earrings, you see the hair, do everything. The lifestyle just changes.
So now, what do we do now? Though, are we also saying that the government should also checkmate families?
Please, this one is not the duty of the government,
Eh?
oh, please.
Because everything they say, government,
Government shouldn't do
government,
everything.
government.
The family
This is
is
us.
what makes up the society.
Honestly, so this thing should
The
start
family
from
is
our
what makes up
homes.
the church.
Exactly.
The family is what makes up the mosques. We have people go worship on
The
Friday.
nation.
The family
we all
is
have a
the,
family we
the
belong
foundation. So it's not about the government. People come together
Of
that
course.
form the
Family,
government,
they're the
and
smallest
they're
unit, the
coming
smaller unit
from
of the society.
families. So I think it's the responsibility of parents to do their due diligence. It's not about throwing it out there. Government can do whatever, put whatever rule they want to put in. But if parents are not supportive of it, tell me, how far can it go?
No, with the way we are going, the way
Death
things
on
are
arrival.
going, the way things are actually going. I mean, you see, I don't really see us having something really sweet or beautiful in the next 10 years if we continue at this pace. You see young people, some actually die mysteriously because this is a dangerous lifestyle, you know.
I actually think the social media is a major influencer.
Okay.
Social media is a major, major influencer too.
see,
a lot of things
Let
we
me
see
pause you
today.
there. No, this particular thought, hold it.
Why?
No, it's a topic for another day.
Okay.
Social media is the biggest problem we have
And it's
right
content.
now. But we don't have time.
But you know,
to
you
exhaust
actually have a
that.
right to, you know, take and discard some information you get on social
How
media.
many persons
See,
are educated
you know,
enough? How many persons are educated enough
Let's
to
not
know
even
that
go there.
this thing is not meant for me? I'm not supposed to be consuming this kind of information.
We'll take
How
a
many
date. We'll
persons?
take a date for this
How
social
many
media
persons?
thing. We'll
A
take
lot
a
of
date.
people just go online and see think that whatever is
Oh.
out there is meant for their consumption, and that's why we get into a lot of problems we are in today. If not, we'll not be seeing a lot of things we are seeing today.
Okay, well, for the words of time, this is how far we can go this afternoon. Apologies if there are some areas we've not been able to touch. But I promise you, tomorrow morning we will be here at 8 8:30 or say 9 a.m. and we'll continue with a very beautiful conversation as we normally do. And from me, I'm Catherine Abu. Have a beautiful day.
For me, be the parents that God called you to be. Nurture the children the right way.
And you be?
I am Billie Tiara, and remember, you are different from every other person. Be you.
Bye and have.
Balance. Nigeria is one of the great nations of Africa, oil-rich, teeming with wildlife, and home to diverse peoples and cultures.
Both key players to fashion out ways to diversify these.
We focus, among others, on education, health, agriculture, politics, environmental issues, and remote development.
Rstv
Traverse the region for development.